Hello everyone! In the last video we had a look at what the formula for a straight line was. This time we are going to have a look at how we can make these linear formulas. We will start by having a look at what we need to make that formula, and then we'll have a look at how we get it from a table and then from a graph. So what do we need? Well, if we think back to the last video, we had this standard or general form with a y-intercept and a gradient. So if we know the gradient and the y-intercept, we can fill it into our formula and then we're done. So those are the two things we need to know. Let's have a look how that works from a table. So let's use this example. First, let's try to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept in a table was the number at x equals 0, so that's 7. That one's easy to see. And then we also need the gradients, and the gradient was our step. And in this case, it looks like every step we add 3. So our gradient is 3. From that point, we just have to fill it into our standard formula. With the y-intercept is b, so that would be 7. And the gradient is 3, so that's a. And we get the formula y equals 3x plus 7. So that's the example from a table. Let's now have a look from a graph. And we'll take this example now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with making a table with the points that we can easily read off. So that's this point, this point, this point, and this point, the only points that are on grid squares. So we fill those into our table. And then from our table, we can, again, easily find the y-intercept, the number at 0, so that's 8. This one we could actually also easily have found from our graph. And then we get to the gradient, and it looks like this one takes steps of -6. But the top takes steps of 2, so we actually have to find out what happens per one step. Meaning we have to divide that -6 by 2 to find that for each one step we take a step of -3. Now that we know the y-intercept and gradient, we fill it into the general formula again. Gradient at a, y-intercept at b. So we get y equals -3x plus 8, and that is the formula for this line. With these two examples, I think I have said all I needed to say about making linear formulas. I hope this helps you make a formula for a line or for a table, and good luck practicing.